everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all really well. I just want to apologize to start with for not posting a video last week. I had a super busy week with the kids being on Easter holidays, and then we ended the Easter holidays with my youngest's 3rd birthday, and it was honestly such a lovely little day. She had a party and it was super cute, so I just wanted to completely be obsessed with her and just give her all my attention, and that's exactly what I did. But I am now back. The kids are back at school, which means I have got a bit more time to actually pick up this camera and do some longer form videos. So I thought I would kick this off with a big clean of this room, my utility room. It's actually such a mess at the minute. I have got, as you can see, birthday party stuff, a bit of shopping in here, washing that's wet on the side that I need to hang out, and then over this side we've got loads and loads of stuff to get through. And I thought it'd be fun to kind of sort it all out together. I'm going to try and set myself a 30-minute timer to do all of this, because I have also got to go and have my nails done today. As you can see, they are really grown out, so yeah, I need to go and get that done as well. So I've only got 30 minutes to get this bit clean done. I have also got some new products that I want to try today. I'm trying to move slightly towards using some like environmentally friendly products, and I picked these up at Marks and Spencer. They're in this bag. It's not an ad in any way. I just went in to go and have a look at them as I'd kind of seen them everywhere. So I will show you what I got for that as well, and then we can start cleaning. I'm hoping to do a like washing machine clean, a tumble dryer clean, which is down here, and also a microwave clean as well, all within this 30 minutes. So let's start a timer and see what we can do. Okay, but first, let me show you these products that I got from Marks and Spencer, because as I said, I'm really excited by these. So I picked up the multi-surface cleaner, and as I said, these are all plant-based, and they also say biodegradable ingredients. And this is the almond and sweet orange. I did try this yesterday, as you can see, and let me tell you, it's amazing. And what I loved even more is actually they're only like £2, which I think is really affordable. So yeah, I also got some other bits. I got this fabric stain remover. We're currently going through potty training, so this is going to probably come in super handy. And oh, I got a little bottle of washing up liquid. I just like the sound of the white tea and rose. I think it's going to smell so nice, and it'll be really handy to have that in here with one of these sinks, or with this sink. And then they had some rubber gloves, or I think they're kind of more, or they are rubber gloves, but I thought I needed some new ones as mine actually ripped yesterday when I was filming something. So yeah, I got those as well. And then the last thing I got from Marks and Spencer were these pop-up sponges. Now, I just really like the idea that they pop up. It kind of reminds me of you know, when you were a kid and they used to have those flannels that were like all compact and you put them in water and they spread out. Gave me that vibe, and I was like, oh, that could be fun, let's try those. And then I also did go into B&M and I picked up some of these glass jars, as I want to replace these ones over here and just have these kind of like filled with, that one's for scent boosters. And then I got a, ooh, hang on a minute, I'm a bit clumsy if no one's actually realised this yet. I shouldn't be trusted with this at all. This larger one, which I'm going to use for my washing pods. So they'll look really cute, just kind of over there, replacing those at the back, but I have a new home for them. And yeah, that's what I got from Marks and Spencer. But let me show you the rest of this room and how it's looking. So yeah, we have got a big task on our hands, and like I said, I've only got about 30 minutes to get this done. I need to give this a little clean. I need to clean like all down the back bits down there. That definitely needs a clean. That microwave is disgusting. And then I've actually got some washing in here that needs to come out. I've actually got washing there that's wet and I need to hang out. And then I need to find a home for these mops because they are just taking up too much space. So yeah, let's get on and get this done. So I'm just popping on the 30-minute timer on my Apple Watch, and then we can get started. So as I said, my first job was to find a new home for these mops. All I can tell you is that I moved them to the kitchen for the time being. And then I actually went back and I started just removing everything off the sides because there was so much stuff. It was impossible to kind of just make a decision about where anything was going to go. After clearing up that bit there, it was then time to unload the washing machine as I wanted to give this a bit of a clean. So I removed all of the clothes out of there and took the damp clothes that had been sitting on the side out of the room as well before popping in this washing machine cleaner, which I also picked up from Marks and Spencer. I didn't share it when I was opening up the bags and stuff because I'd actually left it in the kitchen. But yeah, it's all natural, so I'm excited to try that, and it just means that the washing machine gets a quick refresh rather than a full deep clean. It didn't actually need one because I didn't do it too long ago. And then I'm super ashamed to say this, but I have not wiped down this side for probably a good few months. I know, I'm terrible. Honestly, this room is like a Monica cupboard. Anyway, I then just sort of like sprayed it, hoovered it and everything else and just wiped it down with that multi-purpose spray that I got from Marks and Spencer that I showed you, and it smells so good. I'm obsessed. I'm using it all the time at the minute. After all the sides were wiped down, it was time to put everything back in place, and I started with my new jars that I got from B&M. I really love these. I think they're super cute and they're just going to add a different style of aesthetic to the room. For the taller jar, I'm just popping in the scent boosters in there, and it's only a quarter full, so I clearly need to get more, which means that I have to go to B&M. What a shame. I honestly think that place is like a sweet shop, but for adults. I love it in there. And then for the shorter but slightly larger jar in width, I'm just popping my washing pods in there. But please, can I just make a note to anybody who is thinking to do the same, that if you are doing this, to make sure they are out of reach of children, please. Now moving on to the sink, I just removed any of the bits that were on the side. They're mainly for decorative purposes. I honestly don't think that we ever use this sink. It's just there. I don't particularly like it. The water comes out really funny from the tap. So yeah, it's just not a very well used sink, but I thought I'd just give it a little buff down. I used the same multi-purpose spray that I used everywhere else, and just gave it a nice little scrub and a rinse and everything else and made it look all sparkling and clean again. Then it was time for the moment that I had been waiting for. It was time for the pop-up sponges. Now, I have some serious childhood nostalgia about these. Now, I don't know if anyone else remembers the little flannels that you used to get that came in a square, and when they got wet, they would expand and would reveal what kind of character was on your flannel. Well, these sponges gave me that vibe, and just look how that sponge is expanding. Absolutely amazing, but also so perfect for kind of storage and stuff. Like, you can just store them, tiny little flat things, and then they expand into these massive sponges. I'm obsessed and will be definitely going back to get more. Moving on to the shelves. Now, these shelves, again, like the sides, have not been dusted for a very long time. I was actually surprised that the dust was not thick. So that was one good thing. But those light fittings, they were dusty as hell, and they were also covered in cobwebs. Actually, when I say this out loud, I do think to myself, how can I call myself a cleaning influencer when I actually don't clean like areas very often? But please don't pass judgment. I just would like to keep it real with you all. And, you can't always clean everything, is the reality here. I just tend to keep on top of the main areas when I can. So yeah, I just use a bit of window lean, is it, on these glass lights. They were getting a bit warm, so I was just quick to put my hand in there, but they really did do a very good job. I think you can kind of see the one on the left that I'm cleaning compared to the one on the right is a lot more clear and shiny. So that is generally how I tend to clean my light fittings, or I would use white vinegar. That also brings things up really well.
There's me just checking the time as I'm realizing that I am short on time here and I'm going to have to go and get my nails done at any minute. I actually waffled so much at the beginning that I cut about 15 minutes off my 30 minutes that I had to get this done. So we are going to have a quick break at some point for me to go and have my nails done. So yeah, I just popped everything back though before I had to go to my appointment. I just wiped everything and removed any kind of dust or dirt that was lingering on it. And it was quite satisfying to know that I wouldn't have to do this again for a good couple of months because clearly it doesn't actually get that dirty. So that's a win, right? So after I had done all this, as I said, I had to go get my nails done. Here they are before, looking like talons, and here they are after. So pretty and so lovely. I did pause my watch, so we have 17 minutes left, and it was time to tackle the side that was probably in the worst state. This was just covered in bits and bobs from what we've been using in the garden. I'd also had a huge delivery, like a PR gift of car cleaning stuff, which I'm actually going to be filming for next week, so stay tuned for that. We're going to clean my car, and I can tell you that that is almost just as bad as this room. So if you like dirty cleans, stick around and wait for that, and make sure you subscribe as well. After finding a new home for all of those bits that were on the side, which was basically the cupboard under the sink, there was actually loads of room in there from where I did a huge declutter in January. I was just left with a basket and the cat food there on the side. So that was one corner done, which was great. And then it was time to move on to the other corner. This corner wasn't so bad. It did have another PR gift though, which was from Zaflora. It was their new kind of safe plastic with like little pods that you put in the bottle, which I thought was really, really great. And I'm going to be using that very soon. And so I then just pulled out the microwave and gave everything a nice little wipe down behind that. Again, the dust was deep here, guys. It was deep. And then it was time to actually open up this microwave. The video here is probably not doing it justice, but it was pretty grim. You can see there was a lot going on. I had all the intention of using the lemon hack in the microwave, but unfortunately I didn't have any lemons. So we had to go in with some good old elbow grease and give that a really, really good scrub down. And I'm sure you guys are super grateful for the view of the back of my head here, but you know, I couldn't get in any other way. So I just wiped down all the front of it as well and gave it a nice little spruce up. And it was kind of looking like new, which I was super happy about. We don't really use this microwave very often, so it does just sit here quite nicely in the corner of the utility room. And there is my lucky number on the screen of that, on the timer of that microwave, 2222. Everywhere I go, I see the number 22. If anyone knows what that means, please let me know, because I honestly see it everywhere. It's on parcels, it's on signs, it's wherever I go, 22. Right, moving on, I digress. We are now going to clear out this tumble dryer, something that I do try to keep on top of with like removing the lint and also kind of emptying out the water and everything else. But, you know, there's always going to be a build up. So after removing all of the lint that I could, I did give the filter a little bit of a wash as well, just a light run under the water and a little bit of a sponge bath just to kind of freshen it all up before wiping down all of the front of the tumble dryer as well. It wasn't too bad, to be honest, but yeah, it's always nice just to give it a little once over. And then I also emptied out the water that was in there too. Now, I do try and keep my water if I can, or I'll reuse it around the house on like plants and things rather than just putting it down the drain. This water is actually really, really good for your iron as well. So yeah, if you do have a tumble dryer, you can always keep the water. It's quite good stuff. After putting the tumble dryer all back together, the last job in here was just to clean the floors. So I got out my Hoover or my vacuum and I just gave the floors a little once over. I did also try and get down the side bits. Like I said at the start, I just kind of put some bits down there and it sucked up a lot of the dust. And I also got a microfiber cloth just to wipe the skirting as well. But as you can see, it's quite a tight space, so it's really, really hard to actually film in this room. But yeah, the final job was to just mop the floors and give them a little clean. This is the most amazing mop I think I've ever owned. It's compact, it's light, and it also leaves the mop head to be the most perfect amount of wet. I love it. It's linked in my bio if anyone would like to shop it. It's also really, really affordable as well. Sorry, I'm just shutting the door on you there because I'm trying to get right down by that tumble dryer and give that a good clean. But yeah, I think this pretty much takes us to the end of this video, and I have managed to clean this whole room without taking the nails into consideration within that 30-minute timer. And doesn't it look so much better? It's so clean, it's so tidy, and there's just nothing on the side. So that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you have enjoyed watching, and maybe you now feel inspired to take control and clean a room that you have perhaps neglected recently. I will be back next week with a brand new video, and until then, take care. Goodbye!